Good evening, here's the Breville Barista Express BES870 in black. So this is pretty much 99% brand new, very little use. And yeah, fully functional, no issues. I've just turned it on and I should add some beans just to test everything out in front of the camera. It's still under warranty for another 6 months, I believe. There we go. Usually takes about a minute to warm up this one. So once you see the lights, that means it's fully warmed up, ready to go. What I like to do before every coffee or every session actually is to run a blank shot. So there's no filter here actually for now. A blank shot is pretty much a press of the button without any coffee in the handle. So it'll warm up the machine and it'll sort of warm the cup as well. And if there's any residue or oils, it'll clean that as well. There we go. We'll dump that. So what comes with this machine is a brand new milk jug, spare water filter, and this is the water filter for Camille, so if you could give it to her, that would be amazing. The full cleaning kit, obviously the handle and the tamper, and we'll just wait for the machine. All 4 baskets, so that's your single cup, single wall, double cup, double cup, single wall, double cup pressurized, single cup pressurized. This is pretty much the one that will give you full pressure. Sorry, this is the one that will give you pressure even if your grind isn't perfect. So this is sort of beginner friendly, it's quite easy. We'll use this to demonstrate, pressure and the fact that the machine is working. Obviously it is, it's pretty much brand new. If you press it, you should get decent pressure with this filter. There we go, full pressure, no problems. These buttons are programmable. If you want to do that, you press program, and then you press the button that you want to program, and then you press it again when you're happy with the volume that it dispenses. So, say we want a single cup. I'll stop it when I'm happy with what the machine gives me. So, give it a few seconds. Say there. Now every time you press the button, it'll give you that amount. You can program this for up to, I think, a full cup actually, regardless if it's the single or the double. So it doesn't matter which one you program, it'll give you up to 250 mils in volume. As in, you can program it for as much as 250, and as low as, I guess, as low as, I think it was 15 or 10 milliliters. Cool, let's test the hot water spout. It's right here. This one. That'll give you pure hot water without any coffee grounds or dirt. Pure hot water from the pump, from the boiler. So this is pretty good for Americanos or like long blacks. It's good to make tea, like tea bags or brewing tea in general. And what I personally use this hot water spout for is before every espresso, I like to add some sugar. Sometimes I like to add like honey or syrup. So I'll add a little bit of hot water to kind of mix it up. That makes it easier to incorporate with the espresso. If you wanted to do that, you can also actually use it to fill your cups, your empty cups, to kind of warm it up, to warm up the cups before your espresso shot. Warming up your cups is very good. You can sort of warm up your cup by putting this here for an extended period of time. So over an hour, it will probably get warm. If you want to get it really hot, turn on the hot water spout, fill your cup with hot water. That'll get your cup ready for an espresso shot. Steamer, no problems. Let's turn that on and see how it goes. It usually takes about 10-15 seconds to get actual pressure out. Give it a few seconds, it'll get stronger. There you go, that's full pressure. Very strong. When you turn it off, I recommend, after steaming the milk, getting a wand and wiping this straight away. Otherwise the milk will stick to it. Now the machine has finished the steaming mode and it went back to coffee mode, as you saw with the buttons lighting up. A bit of steam here. It will cool down after you finish steaming your milk, so that now it's ready to make another espresso shot. Yeah, let's test the grinder. Obviously the burrs are pretty much as new, so they're still grinding very fine. I haven't adjusted it yet, I'll leave that up to you, because it'll depend on what beans you use. There it is, this is as is at setting size number 2. It goes down to 1 on the side dial, but there's actually also an internal mechanism. You can do that at home. So the way you do that is you undo the bean hopper, take it out, you vacuum the beans in there, and you undo that top burr. I have a spare one actually, let me just show you. I have a spare burr that I can demonstrate. There it is. So, whoops. There it is. So if you sort of see yourself running out of numbers, so if you go down to the finest setting and still not fine enough for you, which I doubt will be the case, but if that does happen, if you run out of numbers on the side dial, if you go down to 1, for example, and you're still not happy with how fine it is, you can undo this hopper, and then this is the burr that you can counterclockwise twist it and it'll come out. Pretty much you can adjust it very easily. Can you see the numberings? I'm not sure if you can. There's numberings here, so it goes from 1 to 10. The default from factory is 6. So if you take this out and you twist this top part, put it to maybe number 4 instead of number 6, that'll bring your blades, your burrs closer, and it'll enable you to grind really fine. So I recommend doing that, perhaps going from number 6 to number 5, or number 6 to number 4. It'll make your grinder much finer. This is sort of a new thing that Breville has incorporated into their machines recently. Yeah, so that's how you adjust the grinder. But as is, I think it's pretty good. It's decent. It can go finer, but it's decent as is. And if you didn't want to fumble around with the whole grinding fine and tamping and dosing, if you just want a decent cup of espresso, you can use the pressurized baskets. It'll give you decent pressure and a decent taste. But for the best taste and the best flavors, the single wall is best. What else? I think that's it. Pretty simple machine. Hope you enjoy it. What I will recommend is that if you're not going to use the pressurized, if you're going to use the single one, for example, if you're going to grind and sort of dose correctly, I recommend for a single dose 9 grams of ground coffee, for a double shot 18 grams. And if you're not sure how much that is, pretty much a good rule of thumb is that once you've ground coffee, this is a general rule, it doesn't apply every single time, but it's a general rule that I like to use. Once you grind your coffee and you've pressed it down, your tamper should go as deep as this silver part. This cap, it's about 7 millimeters. You should stop seeing this silver part right there. Can you see that? That's a good rule of thumb. So if I do this here and I press down to here, that'll probably be around 8.5 to 9.5, around 9 grams for a double shot, it'll probably be around 18 grams. And once you do that, you should aim for a pressure with this single wall. You should aim for a pressure of about 12 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock even. And sort of this top range of the gray zone, that'll give you the best taste for this machine. Anything lower, so sort of here within the gray still, that's decent and it's acceptable, but for the best taste and the best espresso shots, usually it's around 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock pressure on the pressure gauge. If you get less than that, then that probably indicates that your grind is not fine enough or your dose is not enough. If it's too high, if your pressure gauge is all the way to the right and the coffee is coming out and it literally drops and very slow, that probably indicates that you have ground too fine or that you have dosed too much into the portafilter. Well, I think that sums it up pretty nicely. Hope you enjoy the machine and I'll see you very soon. Cheers.